So we're gonna break some stuff. And the volume's on. So I had a webcam go down, and I couldn't grab it from the other side here. So nothing would sync up. Tried to grab another phone. That wouldn't sync up. So hey, we're gonna give this a go and see how it works out. So can you hear me? Are we good there? Is that fine there? Let's check in with everybody and welcome. First time joining us. This is Tuesday with Todd, where we try and break stuff. And hey, look, that's how we're starting off tonight. With none of this working. Tonight we are going to do tiles. We're going to sublimate on some tiles. Doing a little kitchen or bathroom project, and so hey, we're going to do some tiles and see what we get out of it. Now, don't need anything fancy for it. Yes, the pads and felt help immensely, but you can get by with some paper towels, and we're going to show you how to do that. So let's check in with everybody and see how they are all doing. Let's see. Mildred, hello. Good to see you. Leanne, thanks for joining us. Facebook user. Now, if you're coming up as Facebook user, that means you haven't given permission to StreamYard to allow them your information. So you need to go to StreamYard.com/Facebook, allow them permission, and then they'll go ahead and put your name up here. Until then, you get an FU because it's Facebook user. Renee, good to see you. There's another Facebook user, so we explain that. Missy, hello. Diana, good to see you. Jerry, thanks for stopping by. Another happy Tuesday from a Facebook user. It is Taco Tuesday. Curtis, thanks for joining us. Party. That's what we're going to do is we're going to party. We're going to see how this all works out. I don't know if the sound's good. I don't know if anything's good. So you guys get to tell me that, and I'll go with you there. Becky, good to see you as well. Jerry's always there. Darren, good to see you. Another Facebook user. Like I said, if you're coming through Facebook, Facebook's just weird like that. So you got to go to StreamYard.com to allow those to go through. Rachel, good to see you. Yeah, there's Jerry. Yeah, he's working on getting everything set up. Yeah, that's the thing is traditionally I have an extra phone that I send everything through, and then it just syncs up fine. But it was getting hung up. So I tried an iPad, and I might be getting a little feedback on sound. So that's where you got to let me know if you were hearing me. Yeah, let me know when you're ready for the countdown. Yeah, I'm good. I'm good now. What else do we got in here? 49 Buick. Now that sounds like fun. What are you doing to it? That's what I always want to know. Barb, good to see you. All right. Renee says it sounds great on this end. So here's what we're going to do. Is we're going to do some tiles. And I bet I set them over there, didn't I? Out of the way. And if I move them, they're probably all going to fall. So we're going to try not to make anything break or fall. Let me do this. Yeah, I didn't do it. All right. Simple enough. Tiles, right? Tiles. 4x5. I think they're like 4 1/4, 4x4, somewhere in there. These, I believe, came from. I think these came from JDS. I'm not 100% sure though, because these were in a batch of things that I bought from another company that was selling out. So there's quite a bit of stuff that was not labeled, and I'm basing enough packaging and things that I saw. So we're going to see how this works out. Now, it's been a while since I did tiles. We've got some good fun pictures. These pictures from our wedding that we did, and since we're going to redo the bathroom, apparently that's a good place to have pictures from your wedding is in the bathroom. So why not put them there, right? I think I've seen there. Aaron wants to know if I have my bucket of water. No bucket of water. We might even break them on the press because that's one thing about tiles. Tile and slate are two of the things that pressure is super important on it. Too much pressure, and you're going to crack it, and then you get to start over. So hopefully, if we cross our fingers, that does not happen. We will not have to worry about the breakage in any kind of water because we're not going to do that. Darren's about ready to buy a Sawgrass. Great printer there. Very versatile. What size are you going with? Are you going with the little guy or the big guy? Sawgrass is pretty point and click. You don't have to do a whole lot to it, unlike an Epson, which is what I use. Epson, you got a little more finicky finesse about it, because we converted an Epson. We have a 7610 that we converted. We are testing out the ink driven by graphics. This is a friend of ours, Marvin. He's in the group. He's putting out that own ink that's in beta right now. I don't believe it's for sale. So as soon as it goes for sale, we'll let you know on that. But so far, everything's been working great for that, for us for that. But when you have 7610, you are breaking out the syringes, you are filling up inks. It's kind of a mess and a pain to do, whereas you're not going to run into that with the Sawgrass, because that's a ready-made printer that you can just plug in the cartridges and go. So I think we should get started on it. And I don't know which picture we're going to choose first. We're going to see, because it is pretty simple. The great thing about tiles is so you can sell these. Oh, let me take this down there, so that way it's go there. Before we get to that, Mildred had a question. What is your preference, convert an Epson or buy a Sawgrass? Okay, so here's the thing. When I got into this 4 or 5 years ago, I knew getting into it that a Epson printer was going to be a hobby printer, and I wasn't going to get more than a year or two out of each printer. Cost per print, way cheaper than an Epson. But there is also a lot more on the back end of, making sure color profiles are right, making sure that, inks are filled, making sure, that everything in general is just in good, because it's not developed for sublimation. A Sawgrass printer is. So you point, click, you're done. You don't have to worry about anything. Cost-wise, that's where a lot depends on your budget. You're going to spend more for that Sawgrass. You're going to pay for that name. You're going to pay for that point and click ability. There's nothing wrong with that. In fact, that's a good thing, because time is money. So saving that time by being able to have a printer that is just ready for sublimation, you're pretty good to go on it. Now, when this printer dies, my next printer will more than likely be a wide format Epson, the 24-inch or the 44-inch. I haven't really decided there. A lot's going to depend on the space, but that's what we'll go with, because those both are sublimation ready. That's what they're made for, so you don't have any issues on the refillable inks, things like that. Heads going bad in that. You can't go wrong with the Sawgrass. I mean, you really can't. So it depends on your budget. I think if you're going to take your business serious, then you need to invest in the good equipment, and a Sawgrass is a great piece of equipment to have. Do you absolutely need it? No. I've been doing this 5 years and I'm only using Epson. So, you got that. My heart lies with Epson. That's pretty simple to do. Do not use the continuous ink systems. That's where a lot of people go wrong at. They run into air bubbles. They run into air in the lines. Just things not working right. So going with refillable cartridges is the way to go if you're going to convert an Epson. So hopefully I nailed that one for you. Scoob, welcome. Haven't seen you for a while. Hopefully everything is well. And Scoob has the 570, which is that 24-inch one. And she has said it is freaking amazing. So I totally believe her on that. And I think that's the way I'm going forward to that 44-inch one. We'll see how it all plans out. So back to tiles. So tiles are a pretty amazing thing, because not only are they decorative standalone pieces where you can get the stands and you can put them on it, and you can put pictures and sayings, and you can do all that fun stuff there. Make memorial tiles, make commemorative tiles, make the anniversary. You can do so many things with tile because it is a blank tile. But something else that you can also do is, because it is a real legit tile, they can also be used in bath products, kitchen products, things like that. Now, you're going to have to look and see on the tile, because not all of them are rated for flooring or countertops and things like that. But backsplashes, really good with. So, if you can do a mural, a panoramic picture are always awesome that you can do tiles in, because you're going to butt them up side by side with these ones where there's not the grout lines and stuff in between them. So let me grab another one out of here. So you're really able to create that nice look of picture when you have it here spread out over 2, 4. You can do a lot of table projects with it. I've seen a lot of great things to do with these as mural projects and that. So for us, when we were talking about doing a little bathroom spruce me up, we stoned out some what were those called? The shower curtain holders. So she did those in Swarovskis. The blues is a really nice mix that she got from over at the crystalninja.com. I do believe they were sold out of that mix. It was a limited edition run, and she was able to snake up enough to get those, but it turned out great. There's plenty of other amazing things that you can choose from over there. So if you're into rhinestones, if you're into bling, definitely check Kelly out over at the crystalninja.com. So, like I said, it's been a little bit since I did this. I checked my pressure, and I think my pressure is good with it. We're going to find out. So we're going to get to it. We're going to pick a picture. We're going to see how it all turns out, and there and see, hey, all I can do is not work out. So this is Tuesday with Todd. This is what we do. If you're first time here, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. If you're finding us on Facebook, you can find us over at liveosg.com, or you can find us at youtube.com/fatdadwholesale. Now what you can do from there is hit that like, subscribe, share. Hey, we provide all this fun knowledge to you to be able to show you that, hey, we can do this and we can screw up stuff too. Because I have a feeling that if there's a day that I'm going to screw stuff up, today's it. Tiles are one of those things that seem to get me sometimes. So without further ado, I think we can jump over to this screen. Oh, there, we'll turn that mic off there, so that should be good there. Now, I should be able to. Here's the thing. I'm going to go ahead and switch. When the screen switch, if you can still, I'm going to continue to talk. And if you hear me, hit ones. If you can't hear me, hit twos, because I won't know. So I just need to see that from there. But if I click now here, I can make this guy the solo layout. Now you should still be able to hear me. Now I don't know that for sure, but I think you can, because I think I'm going to see a bunch of twos that are popping up on the screen. And we're going to see what we can do for tiles and what we can put in here. So without further ado, let's see what we got. All right. So tiles are going to be pretty simple, right? You don't need, yes, the felt pad makes all the difference. Having the Novax, all that makes a lot of difference. But you can use these things that everybody has in everybody's house, these paper towels, to make your bed of stuff, right? I usually use 5 or 6 just to see, that's where it's usually at. So 5 or 6 is what I'll put on there. Where are we at? 3, 4, and 5, right? So that's where I start with that. We'll put our blowout paper underneath. So we got blowout paper underneath. Oh, I bet I need to move the mic. Woo, that did not work. But now it should work. Now you should be able to hear me, because now the mic is now closer to me. So, like I said, 5 or 6 of paper towels is what I use to build that up. We've got our pad, our bottom platen there. We've got the blowout paper. We've got the paper towels, and then it's going to be pretty simple here. Let's start with that picture. We'll see how this one turns out, right? Because all we can do is screw this up. Like I said, when I do this, what I like to do is, if this is, I think it's 4 1/4 is what these tiles are. So I think I have this at 4 1/2. So it gives me that bleed room for it. You've got your transfer with the image facing up. Remember, when you print out your transfer sublimation on this, since it's going up front, that this is in mirror format when you print it out. We use Corel for everything here, but there's plenty of programs that you can use for your art. So we've got that here. Now, I don't need a big sheet like this, so we'll tear it down just like so. And we'll cover this. Now, what I have found is the sweet spot. Oh, I should set my alarm for it for like 4 minutes. So we'll come back over on this side. And we'll add me back to the screen, and then we'll be able to watch that. So I found 4 1/2 minutes is where I think the sweet spot is on it. I'm going to set this timer for here. What do we got here? Set timer for 3 minutes and 50 seconds. That way it gives me a little time to get over there.
Your timer is set for 3 minutes and 50 seconds.
Thank you very much. Guess I could have used it. It's been a while since I used it on there. So on this, what I have found is on these 4, because it's going to depend on the size of the tile too. So the larger you go, is going to be your longer times. 400 degrees is going to be your pretty standard self time at. These ones, like I said, are 4 1/2 minutes is where we're at with it. We'll see how this one comes out and goes from there. And I believe that's where everything was fine at with it. Like I said, we go the bottom platen, and then we have our blowout paper. Then we put paper towels. We put our transfer. Then we put that tile down on top of it. Another piece of blowout paper. Firm pressure on it, but not too firm, because too firm will cause it to break. And you'll know that it'll break because you'll hear it pop sometime during this baking process. You'll hear it pop, and you'll be like, yay, we just broke it from there. So
I am now getting yelled at because that was not one of the pictures that I was sent to use. Well, I know, but I like that picture, so that's what we're going to use. Sound is better. Good, 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 good. Yep, hard to hear. Mic move. Yes. Yeah, I've got for whatever reason, my mic transmitter just doesn't want to work right. So I've actually got the mic on a swivel, and I need to move it back and forth, back and forth. So I'm getting there. We'll get this. We'll get through this together, folks. So while we've got this one rocking, let me tell you about what's coming up. Tomorrow night at 5 p.m. Central is the one and only, always a good time, making its appearance after a long delay, Q&A with TNA. Now you can find that over at, I know I have the little fun pop-up for that. I think I do, right? QA, there it is. Submit your questions over at OurSuccessGroup.com/QA. You ask questions, we give you the answers. No questions off limits. If you put it in there, we're going to ask it. It's been a while since we did it, so there's probably some good, fun questions in there, and we love that fun interaction we get. So that is tomorrow night at 5 p.m. Central, right here on liveosg.com. So slide over there, make sure you like and subscribe, hit the notification bell, and guess what? When we go live, you're going to get notified of it. So OurSuccessGroup.com/QA is where you can submit all the questions for it there. So make sure to do that, and we'll make sure to answer it for you. What else did I miss in here? Any questions? Let's see. Let's get the banner off the screen here. We'll hide that and comment right. Let's see. Watch later. Okay, I hope you do too. The replays, you can always go back to watch them there on the liveosg.com or youtube.com/fatdadwholesale. You can watch it there. No need to heat from the top with transfer facing down. No need to heat from the top. Well, it is heating from the top because the heat platen is on the top. So it's heating through that, and that's what it's doing, is bringing it up from the bottom. So that's the way that I've done it. I've seen other people do it the other way. We're going to see how this one works out, because I think overall it should. If I remember right, we're going to find out, right? We've got a couple of them to do, and we'll see what we can do to make it work from there. Aaron is the doctor of sublimation, and it says because it's ceramic and it conducts heat, you actually want to heat it from the back for more even heat. So that's why you do ceramic and slate are that way. Is there anything else that is that way, Aaron? We've got just a little over 30 seconds or so we will make this back to a solo layout, and we'll head back over here and look at this. I'll move the mic. Yeah, that's perfect timing. Almost. And here we go. Boom, that pops up. Oh, we didn't even drop anything. I had my glove on just in time. We'll pull this off, and let's see. You guys get to see it first. Ooh, look at that little. Where is the camera? Oh, the camera's over on this side. Guess I need to put it on that side. We'll show you on the other one, so that way you can see. But I think that came out fantastic. We will definitely do another one. So the good thing about when you use this, these sheets this way, is I can actually get two side by side. So I could have did two, but I just want to test to make sure. So before we get all crazy on stuff, we're going to make sure, that one worked. So we got another one. Let's go this time with, I got to find the transfers, don't I? What do I do with them, guys? What? Oh, yeah, look, here they are. So let's go with turtle. I always have fun with the turtle, right? So let's go with this turtle and see what we get this time. So like I said, we've got, excuse me, we've got our blow-up paper down. We've got, 6 of these things that are called paper towels. From there, we've got our transfer. Next up is we're just going to lay our tile right down on that bad boy and just line it up the best you can. We're going to grab the paper and close her up. See you in 4.5 minutes. Now, back over here, we'll take this back to layout. Set timer for 3 minutes and 58 seconds.
Okay, 3 minutes and 58 seconds and counting.
And there. Now, I should have grabbed that other one so you could see it, right? Because it's hot. It's hot. That's what I did was I set it down so I didn't burn myself. But now, I guess I should have been thinking and brought it over here so you could see it. So remember, this stuff's hot. You know, it's hot tamale, hot stuff. Ooh, and it is hot. I'm not gonna lie, that's 400 degrees of all hot, and then I almost drop it. So I'm trying to get a good grip on it. That way you can see. And there it is. I mean, you can see some good detail in it. There's my pretty wedding ring, you know, the skull on it. There's Corey's, there's the hands. So I think it turned out fantastic. Now, you know, artwork-wise, you do anything with this. You can take pictures like that and you can put people's, you know, anniversary dates on it, their names, you know, do the monogram, things like that, and then give these as gifts. Great things to do. It's one of the things that we are going to push for this Christmas season because why not? You know, they're really simple to do. You see how it was there. I'll move this so I don't burn other things with it because that's not good when you burn other things with it because I still need the glove. But they are really, really fun things to do. Cost-wise on it, you're gonna get under $2 is what one is gonna cost you. Finding the easels and things like that to put it in there, that's where you can get, you know, fun pricey with because you can get as creative as you want. Sometimes you can find them, you know, really cheap. Other times you're going to spend more on it. So a lot's going to depend on you and what you have. Totally lost it. But these are it's still hot. Great things to do, like I said, between the memorial slates, the commemorative slates, tiles, memorial tiles, commemorative tiles, you know, just picture tiles, things like that. You can do so much. They're super versatile because it is just, you know, a blank canvas. And on top of the fact that it is still a legitimate tile that you can use in bath products, things like that. Cost to produce. Great question, Terry. So all in, you're going to be, let's do the math on it. You know, if you're at $2 for it, you know, for a tile, you know, let's say $2 a tile, and you break down if it's costing you $1 a sheet to print, you know, your all-in cost for materials is going to be under $2, you know, so or under right at $2 because by the time you divide it out in there, so you have $1 in this, or $2 in that, sorry, $3. Now that's saying, you know, that's only one per sheet. Now divide it up, buying higher quantity there. Those are the things to think of. The more you buy, the cheaper things get. You're going to have breakage. You're going to probably go through a dozen of them just before you get to that point to make sure you have your settings down. It's just part of it with them. Labor-wise, you have your design time in there. If you've already got, you know, set designs ready to go, if you've got a set template layout ready to go where you can just drag and go, that's completely on you what to charge. Same with overhead cost. You know, where are you going to be at with it? With these, something like this, a one-off, I mean, you $15-20 all day long is where you can be at. You know, Etsy is a great place just to get an idea where things are selling online. Now, if I'm doing a bunch of these for, you know, like a tile contractor, things like that, I'm going to bring that price considerably down because we are going to be doing so many of them for them. You know, that's where it comes in that negotiations. What can we do for each other? Yeah, so a lot of it comes down to what your overhead is. I think, you know, price-wise, $15 to $20 is a good price to be at for something that's personalized because they just can't walk into a store and buy it. That's something that everybody has to remember. We have our timer going off, so let's get over here and solo this up and see how this one comes out. Because this is, look at that, perfect timing. Here we go. All right, pop that up. We got that bad boy going, and oh, look at that turtle. You can't see it the greatest here because I got that light on it there, but we'll show you that on another screen. But that turned out great. I like how that really came out good. So now you don't need to throw. I'm going to move this over here so I can show you guys when we get to the next screen. But you don't need to throw these away. I mean, they're still paper towels. They can still clean up messes. Not like you got to toss them or anything. So let's do another one. Let's see what we can do next. So like I said, we're going to do what do we say, 5, 6 of these? 5 or 6 of them. I should probably keep track. Let's go 6, so that way remember 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6. And not crazy double anything. I even lost count when I was trying to. So we got 6 of those, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think it was 5. 5 felt better. I guess I could just count, right? Why don't I just do that, guys? Why don't you tell me that? When you say, hey, Todd, you could have looked over there and seen how many you had, and then you wouldn't have had to think about it again. 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 5. 5 is what it was. All right. So we got those. We got another tile set here. And what are we going to do on this one? What shall we do? I'm thinking, let's go with this seascape picture and see how that one comes out. So if I remember, yeah, this was our view from our hotel room. So our suite there, that's what was our view. That's what we went to sleep to every night. That's what we woke up with. It was pretty amazing. I'm not gonna lie. It was a pretty cool thing. If you ever have a chance, I would definitely go there. So remember, we've got blowout paper towels, then we've got our transfer, and then we've got our tile, which I just moved a little, followed by some blowout on the top. I'm going to slide this over so it's in the center because you want as even as pressure as you can on it. So we're going to put that right there. Close this up. Like I said, we do this at 400 degrees for 4 minutes and 30 seconds. I'm going to start my other timer so that way it'll be there. And then we can come over here and show you what this one looks like. So exit out of solo. And here is that guy. So great colors with it. Like I said, for us, we use that Epson 7610 with refillable inks. And it does a great job. We use the A-sub paper that we get off Amazon. And we've had great luck with it. So that's where we're sticking with it. All right. Let's see where we are with question-wise. Can you use any tile? Facebook user. Would love to know your name. So type that in there with it. Or head over to StreamYard.com/Facebook and give permission so that way we can see who you are and what you're doing. So can you use any tile? No. The tiles need to be coated for sublimation. So sublimation is the process of taking that solid gas or that solid ink, liquid ink, turning it into gas and then dyeing the product. So it has to have a poly coating on it. Now, there are things that you can buy, like dye press, to coat your own products. It's just labor intensive to do, and if you don't do it right, you're not going to have consistent results with it. So your best bet is to buy ready-made sublimation products. You can get tiles like these from, JPP Plus, from JDS, from Condi, from Sublimation 101. There's tons of places that offer the sublimation-ready tiles, and they are, fairly inexpensive in the grand scheme of things. So I think it would just be easier to get the ready-made sublimation blanks. All right, Facebook user. I just got here and I knew. So what was the answer? Is if you have to have a special tile coated with something. Hopefully, I just answered that for you. But it needs to be a sublimation tile that and they're coated with a polypolymer. Aaron's my sublimation guy. Like when it comes to like the brain science behind it, man, he's my go-to on it. So I'm sure he'll explain the great process behind what the coating is. But I think I think I can nail it from there. Martha thinks it's gorgeous. Thanks, Marcia. Or Martha. Ooh, not Marcia, Martha. And there, yeah, you can see that one there. The other one's cool enough to the touch now, so we can actually handle that one. And that one worked out pretty good on there. On some of these, a lot depends on the picture because you're going to run into some of the things where the colors aren't the greatest in the picture. Guess what? They're not going to be the greatest in the image. That's just how this goes. We have to think that garbage in, garbage out. If you start with a bad image or not image, it's not going to have the greatest of results. So you have to think about that too when customers give you artwork. You set the expectations for them and let them know that not everything is going to be perfect. There are different tiles. This tile is that matte tile. There are glossy tiles. So a lot of times the substrate is going to dictate how the finished artwork is going to look too. Let's see. I do vinyl on tiles. Never thought about sublimation. Are there full-size tiles or 6x6? There's tons of tile sizes. If you go to any of the manufacturers there, with whether it's Condi or JDS or Sublimation, whatever, you keep going through them. They'll have everything from like the 4x4, and I think some of them up to the 12x12. I'm not sure if they go much bigger, but the 4x4, the 6x6, 8x8, 12x12. I'm not sure if there's one bigger than that. But yes, there is tons of sizes to choose from on that. Yes, polyester coating that is evenly applied, because it has to be even. That's just how we know. Oh, Mary did a large picture with 36 tiles total. Mary, post that in the group if you can. And if you're asking what group that is, that's in our Facebook group, which if you go over to Facebook.com/groups/OSG Business Basics, that's where we get together. That's where our little tribe is to help. Well, my timer's going off, so let me get over to the screen here, and then we're gonna make this guy so lay out. We've got that over there, and we'll come right into it. We'll see how this one turns out. All right, another one bites dust. Ooh, look at that! Man, isn't that so pretty? So pretty. I gotta get it just right there. But yeah, that was the beautiful view. So we're gonna move that over on the other side. We'll show that one off here shortly, and then we'll be able to roll through it and get that. Actually, I think that one might be a little more off, but we'll talk about that here in a second. So we've got that one. Let's grab another tile. We're gonna keep this rolling. And let's see, was there another one that I had that she had? Oh, another turtle. Another turtle. Another cute little turtle. We'll put another little cute little turtle because, turtle head, poking out in the bathroom, right? You all know what I'm talking about. Turtle head. So, turtle. And we'll do this one. And then we'll see how it is. You see how simple it is. So you go right there. We've got it lined up. We're putting it on here. Blow out paper on top. I'm going to move that off there. And we're going to close it. We're going to see what we got. All right. Let's get over here. All right. So this one is a little off. And this is what I mean by, hey, you just got to test things. I'm going to try and see how I can do this without burning myself. You can see that there is a difference in color from that side to that side. So I'm going to check the original artwork to see if it's that way, if it's darker or lighter. But you can definitely see that there's something off there. Now, looking at it, you would think maybe it could be clouds, could be sun. So maybe it is sun's on their sides. No, it's not that. It could be the cloud cover. But with everything else that's been done the same way, it's consistent through. So I'll have to check artwork to see how that one is. But even with that one, not horrible. Hey, it's one of my bathroom. I'm good with it. We'll see how good Corey is. We'll see how good Corey is with it. I gotta remember to move that mic when I'm doing this. All right. So Terry says we're gonna make her buy a sublimation printer. Fun fact, Terry, is you don't really need a sublimation printer to even do sublimation. One of the services that we offer through Montco.biz is we'll print transfers for you. So you just send the artwork. Aaron goes down into his little print shop, takes care of it, gets it all nice and neat for you, prints it out for you, sends it out, and then all you have to do is press. So you don't even need the sublimation printer to do this because we can help you with that. Now, something I just thought of is I didn't set another timer, so we're going to have to jump screen and go from there. Yes, Mary, we'd all love to see that. So like I said, head over to the group and we'll be able to go there. Thanks, Jerry. I try. So hopefully they're coming out there and hopefully you're learning a little something from there. Let's see. What else do we have here? Becky, thank you for stopping by and seeing us. I believe Aaron posted that in there, but I think I can, I think I have it in here. If not, we'll put it in here. Facebook, I got to be able to type because I cannot type the greatest. We all know that. Facebook.com/groups/OSG Business Basics. There. That should now show up in there, and you'll be, and it should be, you should be able to see that. You should be able to post it in there. Yeah, we'll figure it out. What else do we have? So while that's going, I don't even know the time on it. So you're going to see a fat kid run really quick when that thing goes. I'm actually going to set this up here so I can be able to hit that button. Yeah, Aaron does ship fast too. Ships good. It's good quality prints and it gets in a timely manner. That's awesome. Other things that we have coming up. OSG, the next training part starts October 14th, and that one is going to be mapping the customer experience. So what that means is we're going to be looking at the customer experience through their side. So it's going to be a great another kickoff to get you here ready for the holiday season. If you're not a member of our success group, not yet, definitely check it out over at OurSuccessGroup.com, which we can check that banner right here. Check that out. So we offer monthly training. We've got a success tracker program, which if you're a member of our success group and you have not signed up for it, why? I'm still wanting to know this why. You're only paying $1 for this. Everybody else that signs up new for it is $25. You're a member and you only have to pay $1 for it. So, hey, think about that. But if you're looking for that little kick in the butt to get you going for this next quarter and for the next year, as a matter of fact, because we like to set the goal out for a year and earn some fun stuff along the way, some mugs, t-shirts, a kick in the butt, some coinage, some other fun stuff. Hey, us cheerleading for you. Definitely check out the Success Tracker program. You can find out about that over at OurSuccessGroup.com/ST. Which I got that one here too. Oh, somebody is on fire. Little by little, starting to get the hang of these. Oh, there we go. All right. There we go. Pop that up. Let's see what happens. I didn't even get a chance to change the camera, so you're just going to stare off from that one. And let's see how this one came out. Ooh, another turtle. Another turtle. Now I'm out of tiles over here, so this is what you'll get. We'll move over here. We'll take that one all out from here. Now I got the glove on. We'll move the mic. And there's that turtle guy. Yeah. Happy little turtle there. So here's what we did tonight. We're going to close. I believe I can remove this one from the screen. And now you're just stuck with me. Hello. Thanks for joining me. That was fun, right? We didn't break anything. I think that might have been in the artwork in that picture because just comparing how everything else went out. So what did we do tonight? We sublimated tiles. Did we use anything fancy for it? No, because there are Nomex pads. There are the Teflon. Not the Teflon. There's those other weird things that they're not weird. They're probably there for a reason. The felt, that's what it is. So there's Nomex pad and there's felt and there's things that you can use for it. But realistically, you probably should, if you're going to do a lot of tiles, a lot of slates, definitely invest in it. I might just go ahead and buy some and then show you side by side. This is what this one does. This is what this one does. There's always a fun thing to do. I mean, because you want to have the right tools for the right job. Do you absolutely 100% need it? No. You've seen us press tile on a clamshell without Nomex pad, without felt. Oh, and we used an Epson printer to do it too. So, it can be done. You can see how all of these have come out. And like I said, on this one, it's still a little warm. But you can see it might be a little off right there. But the way that it goes, I'm not 100% sure. I'll have to look at the artwork for it. This last one's a little hot, so I don't know if I can actually pick it up yet or not. But we'll just use the glove too. So I don't even know which way that one's supposed to be. I had to remember. We were looking down at it. So yeah, that's how it was. Because we were looking down at it and there was the shadow there. So that's that. That was sublimation on tile. Questions, comments, concerns? I sucked at it. What? I'm open. What do you guys think? Anything I could have did better? I'm open to yours. If you have it, if you think there's something I should have changed or something, ask away. That's what we're here for. Besides, these are going to my bathroom, not yours. So what's it matter? Um, I'm sure I've got more pictures here around that we'll have to do, but that was a start for it. So let me kick this banner out here. We'll get and see if anybody has their questions in there. I'll go back through to see if I missed anything. Let's see, where did we go to? Do you have a YouTube how to do this? So this is the YouTube. So here's one of the things is that I need to find an editor, I think, and to take our half hour long show and to condense it down where I can have these little 4 or 5 minute videos of just here's the bare bones of it. Yes, it is something that is in the works. If not, I think I need to go ahead and just do a video on it, start to finish, and go from there. Because there are quite a few things that people have asked about: the tumblers, the slates, these. One of the things was, even how to do the 18 by 24 yard signs without, a laminator. So we've got a lot of things that people want to go back and see, and they don't want to, watch a whole hour's worth of program. And I don't blame them. Time's money. And I know I'm a pretty good looking, fun loving guy that everybody should be totally satisfied seeing for an hour every Tuesday, but sometimes it's just not possible. And you only want 4 minutes of me, and that's just that's just it. You can only handle the 4 minutes and then get out of here, kid. I want to learn something to get on. So definitely something that's in the works is to getting these down so that way it's just a little instructional video, or we'll just make it go from there. Do you run off energy, Jinx? I need some of your energy. Fun fact, I have not had a monster in maybe like 2 weeks. It's been it was one of those things where, when you start looking at things out, just I'm spending $3 to $7 a day on, not 37, $3 to $7 a day on Monster Energy drinks. And do I really need that going in my body so much? No, because I'm pretty, lit guy. I just liked it for the taste. So maybe I need to switch something else. I haven't had coffee since Sunday. In fact, today it's just been water. So when I find something that I'm excited about, like this, when we're showing off products, when we're showing, hey, if we're going to screw something up, we're going to do it. When we do any of our trainings, so if you think this is fun and exciting, definitely come to our trainings. If there's any of the ones that we can do, we just finished up a series of 5 keys. That was, I think, one of the greatest things that we've put a piece of content that we put out there, because hey, we're setting people up to be successful for this last quarter, fourth quarter time, folks. Come on, this is the time for you to make that money, honey. And this is the way that we did it. We had a 5-week course that we put people through to give them every tool that we could think of that's going to help them be successful. Now, that being said, for those that are just starting off, coming up in January, we'll be restarting our original 5 keys. Now, this one, if you're just starting off and you're not really sure where to go with your business, this is going to be the one for you, because this one, not only are you going to get amazing training throughout the year with it, but you're going to know how to price products. You're going to know how to determine your overhead. You're going to know how to pay yourself. Hello. You're going to know how to follow up with the customer afterwards. You're going to know how to ship how to ship your product, packaging and shipping. And then you're some workflow in there on ways to help better with that, and then a little marketing in there as well. So that's going to start up in January. We did our first original 5 keys last January, and it was amazing. And now that time of year coming up, so we'll definitely push that again. So stay on the lookout for that, because that's on the horizon to come there. But long story short, when I find something I'm passionate about, it gets me excited, and I can go on and on about it. Since I arrived late, I don't know, Facebook user. Remember, if we can't see who you are, you need to head over to StreamYard.com/Facebook and give them permission, and then we can catch you. The other way around that is head over to liveosg.com or youtube.com/FatDadWholesale. Both those are our YouTube channels. You can get them there. You can like, subscribe, hit that bell for the notifications, and then every time we go live, it'll go there. And the real fun part about that is, since you're coming in from the YouTube side, I can see who you are all the time. Let's see. Oh yeah, that's one. Aaron is pretty spiffy on top of his shipping. Corey says, I didn't think it would fade. I've watched the kids sub mass a lot, and they don't fade. No, I'm with sublimation now. It could break down, but chances are the fabric that you're going to put stuff on is going to break down before the artwork work. Now, things that are outside, because this is not UV coated, that's why it's not recommended for outdoor use, because sublimation is not UV coated, it's not going to last outside. That's just part of it. There are some UV coated products that will help extend that life of it. But if you want to use something, if you need to do something that's for outdoors, you're better off using something, like a Versacam, where you have that UV ink in it, and that is 54-inch UV printer back there, followed by, so we got Dirk right there. Welcome to the show, Dirk. That's where we do all of our printed vinyl, printed HTV, signs, banners, decals, static clings, anything print related. That's where that is. Followed up by his sister Roxy right here, that handles all of our Spangle needs, so transfers, things like that, which you'll start seeing more of as we get closer to probably here in the next 2 weeks or so, because we'll really, we always have fun with Christmas on those. Let's see if I've got anything here. You should be able to watch the replay over at Live. Yes. Usually within about 5 or 10 minutes, the replay comes up there. Sometimes it depends on the Facebook, or not the Facebook, the YouTube servers. Most times within an hour for sure, then you're able to go back and watch those. He's the turtle we went to see. Yes, he is the turtle we went to see. There was a little island across from where we got married at, Isla Mujeres. Look at that, nailed that. Had a turtle sanctuary over there. Tons of turtles. There's like some albino turtles. There was a big mix of turtles. So that was one of the turtles that we went to see over there. Turtle power indeed. Those were all cool looking. Thanks. All pictures from our wedding. So hey, now as I'm doing number 2, I can think about number 1. Her, right? We'll see how that she likes that. Let's see. I don't see a reason to coat the tile though. Even going to the bathroom shower should last. Yeah, I wouldn't, in something that's going inside, I wouldn't coat it with anything. Outside is where you're going to run into issues, and it's not going to be the greatest there. She goes for coasters, and they need a coat too. In fact, they have them as coasters. They have them as coasters that you can do, and there's no coating or anything afterwards. It's press and go. Maybe I'll get some of those, but yes, you could totally use these standalone as coasters too, and get the felt tabs for them. I do believe a couple of places have the sandstone ones that you're able to sublimate on, and those will hold the moisture better. So I think that's there. Mike want to know what Epson printer I used? The 7610. I'm waiting for it to die. I think it's going to happen soon because we're going on 2 years now with that printer, and usually you get 1 to 2 years, life out of it. Just the nature of the beast when you're using, a converted Epson product, because they're not made for that. As long as you go into it knowing that you're going to have a piece of equipment that's not going to last long, then you'll be fine with it. What else? May make eggnog drinkable. I did see some Fireball eggnog. There it is. That was the question. I found some Fireball eggnog. It was pretty good. Hey, if anybody would like to send that my way, next month is my birthday, and I will definitely do a show with a few of those. And I don't even like eggnog, but with Fireball, Fireball makes everything better. I always do my slate upside down. Did I see they can be sublimated face down too? Heat conductive? Yeah. So, Mary, if you actually go to our YouTube channel last week, was it last week we did slates? It was either last show or 2 shows ago we did slates. And that's the only way I do them, is I do them face down. So that way it gets that even heat, because as Aaron mentioned earlier, since the ceramic and slate is that heat conductive, the heat will go through it and pull it there. So that's the only way I do them is face down on it. What else do we have? Blank tiles. So I bought a company was moving, and they were getting rid of a lot of stuff, and I said, let's see. I actually went there for one thing, and I ended up coming home with a bunch of stuff. I do believe these came from JDS though, but JDS, JPP Plus, Condi, Sublimation 101, those are all companies that you're Coastal. These are all companies that you can do from. Any place that has sublimation items should have sublimation tiles. If they don't, find another sublimation company, because tiles are pretty dime a dozen. They should have them. Jared, can you put 4 tiles together and press with large print? Absolutely. You can definitely do that. I haven't. I've always split it up piece per piece. But hey, I could probably just do a video on that, on doing a mural type that way. But yes, you can definitely do it that way, where you can have like if you've got 11 by 17 sheet of paper, and you can fit 6 of them on there, do them all as one. Yes, you could definitely do that there. What else have I missed here? Yeah, that was the thing, is I'm not sure where these ones came from, Scoob. I bought somebody out, and a lot of stuff wasn't labeled. I was just like, yep, that'll take that. Sure, why not? I'll take that. Let's go from there. Let's see. What what tool did you use as far as what? Help me out and I will help you out. But I didn't use anything fancy with this. Let's see. Where did you get your tile? I think these ones came from JDS, but they could have come from any supplier to be 100% honest with you. What else? If we got anything else in here? You must be really extremely excited. Hey, when I find something that I love and when I can help people, I love it. It does. This is part of the natural progression of the way things have went from helping people, and I kind of had a lull and wasn't too sure on which direction I want to go with. And as the more that we've done more of the trainings, the more of everything weekly, the more I'm finding that I am really enjoying that a lot more than what I thought I initially was. I knew I'd be passionate about it. I knew I'd have it there, but having this part of it, and it's so weird because it's not like I'm sitting here with a group of people and I can talk and high five and we can go get a drink afterward. No, I got this little bitty camera that I'm just staring at, and there's nobody talking back. I don't hear anything. I could be sucking and I wouldn't even know because I can't gauge anybody's reaction from it. So I just know that if I smile and I'm excited, chances are you're going to smile and be excited too, because that's how you're supposed to do it. I don't know. I've never taken a speaking class. I probably should. I should take a speaking class, a presenters class, a webinar class, a how to build slides class. There's all these classes I should probably take, but I've got Aaron for that technical stuff. He tells me, hey, this is what we need to do here. This is how we do this. Here you go. 100% helps me along the way of that. And thanks to him, I keep getting better and better every week. So Aaron, thank you for being the amazing, amazing partner you are, because without you, none of this fun stuff probably would have been possible, because he was doing it before, but now we've got a whole lot better production quality, man. You're amazing. So thanks for that. What else? Let's see. I don't see any reason not on there. Oh yeah, figure out how to send it. So here we are at the end of our show. And like I said, if you like this content, let me know. If you don't like it, let me know. So that way we know how to provide the best quality content we can to you, because at the end of the day, without you, there is no me. I love doing this for you, and hopefully, everybody takes away a little something from it to help them in their business, or whether it's good or bad, and tells me I'm horrible at it. Remember, tomorrow at 5 p.m. Central, right back here, same places, you can find us for Q&A with TNA, which it's been a while since we've done that, and it's always fun. You can go to OurSuccessGroup.com/QA to ask your questions. Any questions, business related, food related, holiday related, shoe size do you wear, what color is your hat? I don't know. You have a question, we're going to answer it. So that's always fun there. Friday is you got Aaron and Terry on Two Regular Guys at 10 a.m. Central. And then this Saturday, Small Business Saturday, Aaron's new time at 12:30 p.m., I do believe, is the new time. Volleyball has kicked back up. So we've now been moved back to 12:30. So definitely check that out there. And then next week, you'll be back here with Tuesday with Todd. And I don't know what we're going to make. We'll figure it out between now and then, because, hey, that's a week away. So remember, like, subscribe, share. If there's somebody that you think could, use some fun, hey, let them know. Come on, share this around. The more people we get here, the more fun we get. And, we've got some fun things coming up in the works that hopefully we'll be able to share with you and have a lot of fun with. One of the things I need from you is I need a sign off. I just can't stare at you crazy. I can't do this. I can't say later. I can't, peekaboo. I don't know what to do when it's time to end the show. And I need you to tell me, just wave. Should I be like, yeah, thanks, sign off? I don't know. So until next week, but not until next week, for Tuesday with Todd. Like I said, we got plenty to come up, and you can always find us over in our Facebook group at facebook.com/groups/OSG Business Basics. And when you watch any of these videos, go back and check them out. All the links are going to be down in the description, so that way you can find us. You can check out all our deals. We do have a deal for our decal deal, which it's on the website, but I haven't pushed it yet. I'll probably throw that up there in the morning. But decals, we're putting those back on sale probably for the rest of the quarter, because people loved using those to make custom decals with for this holiday season, for thank you stickers and things like that. So go check that out too at fatdadwholesale.com. So until next time, you guys have a great night, and we will see you later. Something like that. Something fun. We'll see ya.